What if everything you thought you knew about your family suddenly changed in an instant? One unexpected discovery could reshape my entire future. And it all started with a hidden message in a pocket watch. Hey there, my name is Claire, and I'm 13 years old. I live in a small town where everyone knows each other. It's cozy here, but sometimes it feels a bit too quiet. I mean, a little excitement wouldn't hurt, right? I love spending time with my family, especially my sister, Sarah. Even when we don't see eye to eye, life has thrown some unexpected news my way recently, like a big surprise about my family's past. I guess that's part of growing up, learning about who we are and where we come from. I'm ready to share my story because I believe it's important, and maybe someone out there can relate. So, let's dive in together. I was sitting in Dad's old living room, surrounded by my family. My heart felt heavy as I fiddled with my hands. The chair creaked beneath me, and I could hear the ticking clock above. Was it counting down to something? I took a deep breath. Today was the day we would read Dad's will. Do you think we'll get anything good? My sister Sarah asked. She was sitting next to me, her long hair hanging down like a curtain. I don't know, I replied, trying to sound brave. I hope so. Just then, the lawyer, Mr. Jacobs, walked into the room. He looked serious and everyone went quiet. I felt a knot forming in my stomach. Thank you all for coming, he said, adjusting his glasses. I know this is a difficult time. He opened a folder and I held my breath. What would he say? Would Dad leave us something nice? Mr. Jacobs continued. First, I must say that your father loved you all very much. I felt a wave of warmth. I loved him too, I whispered, almost to myself. Let's get to it, he said. For you, Claire, your father left. Well, let me see. He shuffled through the papers. My heart raced. Yes, I said, feeling excited and terrified at the same time. He finally looked up. A small amount of $500. And this pocket watch. He handed me an old, worn pocket watch. My fingers brushed against its cold metal. I could hear a small tick, tick, tick inside. It reminded me of the times Dad would wear it and tell me stories of his childhood. What? That's it. Sarah laughed, her voice ringing through the room. Just $500 and a beat-up watch? That's hilarious. I felt my face heat up. It's not funny, Sarah, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. My heart sank lower. Dad could have left you something more valuable, she scoffed. I mean, come on. At least I got his old car. Enough, Mom shouted. Her eyes looked like they were ready to spill over. This isn't a joke, Sarah. Your father loved Claire just as much as he loved you. But it's not fair, Sarah shouted back. You got the worst deal. I quickly looked away. Tears threatened to spill. I didn't want to cry in front of everyone. Why did it have to turn into a fight? Mr. Jacobs cleared his throat. Let's keep things respectful. Claire, your father wanted you to have that watch. It holds memories. I know, I mumbled, swallowing hard. I didn't want to fight. I just wanted to remember Dad. It's just a watch, Sarah continued, rolling her eyes. What are you going to do with it? Put it on your wall. Maybe, I snapped back. It means something to me. Does it even work? Sarah laughed. What's it going to do? Tick away time? I don't know, I said, feeling tears prick my eyes. Maybe I'll fix it. It's special to me. Mr. Jacobs looked at me kindly. It's okay to feel sad, Claire. Your father's love was more than any money. I held the pocket watch tightly. I guess so, I whispered. As fighting erupted between my sister and Mom, I felt so lost. In that moment, the watch felt like a heavy weight in my pocket. It wasn't the money or the car. It was the memories of Dad, and I wished everyone could see that. I stared out the window, watching the leaves flutter outside. I took another deep breath, hoping to find the strength I needed. What lay ahead felt uncertain, but I knew that I had to embrace these memories. They were mine now. I stormed out of the room, feeling crushed. My sister's laughter echoed in my head like a constant reminder of how unimportant I felt. Just a watch, she said. It hurt deeply. How could she be so mean? I found a quiet corner of the house, a small nook by the window. The sunlight streamed in, and I sat down at the tiny table with the pocket watch in my hands. I turned it over, examining every scratch and dent. I felt a mix of anger and sadness. Why can't they understand? I whispered to myself. It was more than just an old watch. It was a piece of Dad, a link to his past. I flipped the watch open and stared at the tarnished face. The hands were stuck at 3:15. That was probably a special time, I said quietly. Maybe it was when he met Mom? I sighed, feeling lonely. What's so funny about family? It felt like every time I tried to open up, someone shut me down. I leaned back in my chair and closed my eyes. But then, as I opened the watch again, I noticed something strange. There was a tiny engraving on the inside cover. I leaned closer, squinting to read it. To Claire, my love, always. What? I exclaimed, my heart racing. Dad wrote this for me? I could hardly believe my eyes. Felt like a warm hug wrapped around me. Tears filled my eyes, but this time they were different. They weren't tears of sadness. They were tears of joy. He believed in me, I said softly. He really loved me. I held the watch tightly, feeling its weight, but this time it felt good. I wanted to scream, I found something. Instead, I laughed quietly to myself. I had found a part of Dad's love hidden away, just for me. Suddenly, Sarah appeared in the doorway. What are you doing over here? She asked, her voice less sharp now. I found this, I said, showing her the watch. Look inside. It says, to Claire, my love, always. She stepped closer, her expression changing. Oh, that's right, I said, my heartbeat quickening. He thought of me, not just you. Sarah opened her mouth, looking guilty. I didn't know, she finally said. I thought it was just a stupid watch. It's not stupid, I replied almost fiercely. It's a reminder that I mattered to him, even if you can't see that. She paused, looking at the watch with different eyes now. Can we start over? Maybe. I hesitated. It hurt to hear you laugh at me, Sarah. I felt alone. I'm sorry, she said softly. I didn't mean to hurt you. I miss him too. I took a deep breath, feeling the tension start to fade. I do too, I said. For a moment, we both stood there in silence, staring at the watch. Then Sarah reached out. Can I hold it? Sure, I said, handing it to her. As she looked at it, her face changed. Wow, this is really special, she said, turning it over in her hands. I didn't realize. Now you see, I replied, a hint of a smile creeping onto my face. Maybe we can talk about him together? Remember the stories he used to tell? She suggested. I felt a glimmer of hope. That would be nice, I said. For the first time all day, I felt a little lighter. The pocket watch was no longer just a thing. It was a bridge connecting us, reminding us of the love we shared for Dad. And suddenly, I didn't feel so alone anymore. After finding that message inside the pocket watch, I couldn't shake the feeling that something big was about to happen. Claire, where are you? My mom called out from the kitchen. I got up slowly and walked towards the sound of her voice. My heart raced with excitement and nerves. Mom, I found something amazing, I burst out. About Dad and a secret lawyer. Wait, what? Mom paused, turning around. She looked intrigued. I found a message in the pocket watch, I said, pulling it out. I could still see Sarah peeking over my shoulder, her eyes wide with curiosity. What did it say? Mom asked, crossing her arms, her expression shifting from concern to interest. It said, to Claire, my love, always. Then it mentioned a secret lawyer. I think Dad wanted me to talk to him. Mom's eyes widened. A secret lawyer? You've got to be kidding. Did he really leave something important? I don't know, but I have to find out, I said, feeling more excited by the minute. As soon as I got outside, I pulled out my phone and Googled Grandpa's lawyer. I found a name and an address. My hands trembled as I typed it in. I have to go, I told my family, determination filling my chest. Are you sure? Sarah asked, looking concerned. I need to know, I said, glancing back at her. Mom sighed. All right, just be careful. I got in the car and took a deep breath. The address took me to a tall building downtown with large windows. I walked in, feeling nervous but excited. I can't believe this, I thought. I approached the receptionist. Hi, I'm here to see Mr. Adams, the lawyer. Do you have an appointment? She asked, looking at me with raised eyebrows. I don't, but it's about my dad, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. It's really important. All right, I'll see if he can fit you in, she said, smiling now. After a few minutes, a gentleman walked out. He was tall, with salt and pepper hair and warm brown eyes. You must be Claire. Come on in, he said kindly. Hi, Mr. Adams, I said, following him inside his office. Please have a seat, he said, gesturing to a chair. Your father spoke highly of you. How are you holding up? I'm okay, I guess. I found something. A pocket watch. There was a message. He raised his eyebrows. A message? That sounds interesting. I nodded, feeling butterflies in my stomach. It mentioned you. His eyes sparkled. Ah, your grandfather always had a way with secrets. Your father wanted to keep some things private, but he also wanted you to know. What do you mean? I asked, curiosity bubbling up inside me. Mr. Adams reached into his desk and pulled out an envelope. You may want to sit down for this, he said, handing it to me. I opened the envelope and gasped. Inside was a check. A really big check. Wait, this can't be right, I stuttered. This is $50 million. Yes, Claire, Mr. Adams said gently. That is meant for you. Your father wanted you to have it. I felt my heart race. For me? Why? I don't understand. He believed in your dreams. He wanted you to have a future where money would never hold you back, Mr. Adams explained. But this is so much. Is it really mine? I asked, my voice trembling. Yes, every penny. I felt overwhelmed. What? I don't even know what to say. I stammered. Your father believed you would use it wisely in ways that matter, Mr. Adams said softly. I looked down at the check again, the numbers swimming in front of my eyes. I can help people. I can do a lot with this. Exactly, he smiled. But remember, it's about what you want to do. This is your chance to follow your dreams. I felt tears prick my eyes again, but this time they were tears of hope. Thank you, Mr. Adams, I said, my heart pounding. My world felt like it was flipping upside down. Maybe, just maybe, I could make my dad proud. I stared at the check like it was from another world. $50 million? Felt unreal. Are you serious? I asked Mr. Adams, my voice barely above a whisper. He nodded, his expression calm. Absolutely serious. But I don't understand how this is possible, I exclaimed, my thoughts racing. My heart pounded like a drum. Why didn't I know about it before? Why did Dad keep it a secret? That was your father's choice, Mr. Adams replied thoughtfully. He wanted you to find it in your own time, in your own way. I shook my head in disbelief. But it's so much money. I'm only 13. What am I even supposed to do with it? Mr. Adams smiled gently. That's for you to decide, Claire. You can help others, invest in your dreams, or save for your future. This is crazy, I said, feeling overwhelmed. I never thought about money like this. I just wanted something to remember Dad. I understand, he said, leaning forward slightly. Your father's love goes beyond material things. This check is a chance for you to live your dreams and make a difference. Tears filled my eyes again, but they were tears of hope this time. What if I mess it up? What if I don't know how to use it wisely? That's a valid concern, Mr. Adams replied. But you won't be alone. You can always seek advice. Surround yourself with people you trust. Can I talk to you about it? I asked, my heart racing. Like, if I have questions? About money and everything? Of course, he said with a reassuring smile. I'm here to help you navigate this. Will my sister get any of this money? I blurted out. I thought about Sarah's laughter and felt a bit guilty. No, this is set aside for you, Mr. Adams explained. Your father wanted you to have it specifically, Claire. I felt a mix of relief and anxiety. How could he leave so much to me? What if he expected me to do something heroic? Your father only wanted you to be yourself, Mr. Adams said, his tone warm. He believed in your potential. What if I don't know what to do? I asked, biting my lip. I just found out I'll have all this money, and I don't have any big plans. Take your time, he encouraged. Think about what really matters to you. What do you want to achieve? I just want to make Dad proud, I said quietly, my voice shaking. He was always there for us. I don't want to mess this up. You won't, he assured me. Making him proud starts with being true to yourself and your dreams. I nodded slowly, trying to absorb everything. Okay, but what if someone finds out? What if they want to take it from me? That's a common fear, Mr. Adams replied. You can set up safeguards. The money can be managed in ways that protect you. Like how? I asked, my mind spinning. What should I do first? I suggest speaking to a financial advisor, he said. They can help you with a plan. And don't rush into anything. This is your future. I felt a sense of relief washing over me. Okay, I'll do that. I took another deep breath. But why didn't Dad tell me this himself? Sometimes, the people we love want to shield us from heavy burdens, he said. He didn't want to overwhelm you. That's how love works. I nodded, feeling a wave of gratitude and sadness mixed together. I wish I could talk to him. I know, but you can carry his wishes forward. You have the chance to create something meaningful, he encouraged. Thank you for believing in me, I said, feeling lighter. I didn't know I could handle all of this. You can. Just take it one step at a time, Mr. Adams said, smiling again. As I walked out of his office, the weight of the check in my pocket felt both heavy and light at the same time. I still felt shocked and overwhelmed, but deep down, I knew this was just the beginning. Perhaps I could fill the hole in my heart with actions that would make my dad smile from wherever he was. As I walked out of the lawyer's office, my mind raced with thoughts and emotions. $50 million. My future was suddenly bursting with possibility. But it also felt heavy, like it was pressing down on my shoulders. I took a deep breath, remembering what Mr. Adams had said. Your grandfather believed in you, I whispered to myself. He trusts me to make the right decisions. That realization both excited and terrified me. What if I disappoint him? I thought, my stomach churning. How could I carry such responsibility? I sat on a nearby bench trying to process everything. Just then, my phone buzzed. It was a text from Sarah. Are you okay? Mom said you went to see the lawyer. I'm fine, I typed back, but my hands shook. I wasn't fine. I felt overwhelmed, and I didn't want to talk about it yet. But the fear only grew. What will she say when she finds out about the money? I wondered. Thoughts of her reaction swirled in my head. Would she understand? Would she think I was lucky? Or would she be jealous? Maybe she'll think I don't deserve it, I mumbled to myself. What if she laughs at me again? I decided to head home, my pulse racing. Each step felt heavier than the last. I could practically feel Sarah's eyes on me, weighing my every move. What would I say? How would I explain everything? Once I got home, I found Sarah sitting on the couch, flipping through TV channels. Hey, I said, forcing a smile. Did you talk to the lawyer? What was it about? She asked, looking up at me with curiosity. Just some stuff, I replied, unsure of how to open up. Some stuff? She echoed, raising an eyebrow. Come on, Claire, spill it. I will, but... I hesitated. It's not easy to explain. Why? Did he tell you something bad? She asked, concern spilling into her voice. No, it's just complicated. I felt the pressure building inside me. It's about Dad and Grandpa. Okay, but what does that mean? Sarah asked, her impatience growing. I took a deep breath. It means he left me something important. What do you mean important? She pressed. What is it? It's a lot of money, I said, barely above a whisper. $50 million. Her eyes widened, and for a moment, I thought I saw envy flash across her face. 50 million? She repeated. Are you serious? Yes, but it's not what you think, I added quickly. It comes with a lot of responsibility. Grandpa believed I could do something great with it. She stared at me, mouth slightly open. And you're okay with that? I mean, I want to be, I said, my heart racing. But it feels heavy. There's so much to think about, and I don't want to mess it up. Why didn't Dad just tell you himself? She asked, her eyes studying me closely. I think he wanted me to discover it in my own time, I replied. He trusted me to understand the weight of it all. But it's a lot of money, Claire. You can do whatever you want, Sarah said, sounding both excited and frustrated. Exactly, but that's why I'm scared, I admitted. What if I make bad choices? What if I can't live up to Dad's expectations? Sarah leaned in closer. You can't worry about that. Make the most of it. Help people follow your dreams. I want to, I replied, a knot forming in my stomach. But what if you think I'm just lucky? What if you think? Think what? She interrupted. That you don't deserve it? Yeah, I exclaimed, feeling my cheeks flush. You laughed at me, Sarah. What if you feel that way again? Okay. First of all, I wasn't laughing at you, she said with a frown. I was just surprised. And honestly, I didn't know it would matter so much to you. I sighed, feeling torn. This is why I didn't want to tell you. Don't you get it? I'm your sister. I'm here for you, she asserted. I know, but I'm frightened. I confessed, feeling raw. I don't want to lose this chance or our family. Sarah softened. We won't lose each other. We're family. I looked into her eyes and saw something real in her expression. Okay, let's figure this out together. Together, she agreed, a hint of smile returning. In that moment, I realized that while pressure would be there, I wasn't alone. Grandpa's belief in me was a gift I wasn't ready to waste. If I could just open up to my sister, maybe we could face whatever challenges lay ahead together. I got home, and the weight of the day pressed down on me like a heavy backpack. My mind was swirling with all sorts of feelings. Excitement, fear, confusion. I walked into the living room, where Sarah was sitting on the couch, her eyebrows knitted together in a frown. What's wrong? She asked, looking up at me. You look really serious. Just a lot on my mind, I replied, trying to keep my voice steady. Like what? Sarah pressed, watching me closely. I could see her eyes searching mine for an answer. I took a deep breath. I think I should tell you something important, I said, shifting on my feet. I wasn't entirely sure how to begin. Okay, spill it, she encouraged, leaning forward. It's about Dad and Grandpa, I said, feeling my heart race. I went to see Mr. Adams today. Mr. Adams? The lawyer? She asked, her curiosity piqued. Yes, I said, feeling my stomach churn. He gave me some news about Grandpa's plans for me. Plans? What kind of plans? Sarah asked, a hint of excitement creeping into her voice. I hesitated for a second, wishing I could avoid the moment. He left me an inheritance, Sarah. A large one. Her eyes widened, and she looked confused. An inheritance? Like what? It's $50 million, I said, the words feeling heavy as they left my mouth. 50 million? She exclaimed, jumping up from the couch. Are you serious? Yes, but it's not just a gift. Comes with responsibility. Grandpa wanted me to use it wisely, I said, trying to keep my voice from shaking. Her excitement shifted to concern. That's a lot of pressure, Claire. Are you okay with this? I don't know. I feel overwhelmed. I mean, it's exciting, but also terrifying. I confessed, wringing my hands together. But why didn't you tell me earlier? She asked, her confusion morphing into frustration. You made it sound like no big deal. Because I didn't know how to explain it. I was scared of your reaction, I admitted, honesty spilling out. I thought you might think I didn't deserve it or that I wasn't ready. Claire, we're sisters. I'm supposed to support you, she said, her voice softer now. I just didn't want you to shut me out. I know, I replied, feeling the weight of my earlier words. I just wanted to keep it a secret until I understood how to deal with it. Sarah sat down again, her expression shifting. This is a lot to take in, but do you think it could really help you? Or help us? I believe it can, I said, feeling a flicker of hope. But it also means I have to make choices. Choices that matter. Choices that won't just affect me, but our family too. Right? She nodded. But how do we figure that out? I talked to Mr. Adams about that, I said, remembering the kind way he spoke. He said it's important to think about what really matters to me. Okay, but what if we disagree on things? Like, what if I have an idea, and you want to go a different way? I swallowed hard. We'll just have to communicate, even if it gets hard. Promise to trust me and share your thoughts. Of course, Sarah said, crossing her arms. We're in this together. You are my sister, and I care about you. Thanks, Sarah, I said, my heart warming. I just want to make Dad proud. He believed in me. He believed in us. Of course he did. And you can too, she said with a spark in her eyes. We'll work it out. But do you want to tell Mom? Not yet, I said, shaking my head. I need to process this more. We can't just share this news without thinking it through. Sounds good, she agreed. Just remember, I'm here for you, no matter what. Thanks, I said, feeling warm inside. For the first time since everything had changed, I felt a little lighter. The road ahead was still scary, but I wasn't walking it alone. With Sarah by my side, maybe I could find my way. Together, we could navigate the unknown. I looked forward to discovering what was next. I sat on the edge of the couch, heart racing, ready to share the news. Sarah was pacing, her expression shifting from excitement to worry. Are you sure you want to tell Mom? She asked again, glancing at me. Yes, I said, taking a deep breath. I can't keep it from her. It's important. Okay, she nodded, but I could see the uncertainty in her eyes. Let's do it. We both took a moment to compose ourselves. I could feel the weight of the moment pressing down on me. What if she reacts badly? I whispered. She'll understand, Sarah said, though her brow furrowed. She has to. I walked into the kitchen where Mom was washing dishes. The sound of running water filled the room. Mom, I called, feeling my voice tremble a little. Yes, honey? She replied, turning around, her hands still wet. Can we talk? I asked, glancing at Sarah for support. Sure, Mom said, drying her hands on a dish towel. She looked concerned. What's going on? I took a deep breath. The words felt heavy in my throat. It's about Dad and Grandpa. I found out something important. Mom's eyes widened. What is it? Mr. Adams, the lawyer, told me today that Grandpa left me an inheritance. $50 million. The room fell silent. Mom blinked, clearly stunned. 50 million? She repeated, her voice barely a whisper. Yeah, I said, trying to read her expression. But it's complicated. I have to make responsible choices. What do you mean, complicated? Mom asked, looking from me to Sarah and back again. I felt the weight of my words. I need to figure out what to do with it. It's about more than just money. Still stunned into silence, Mom slowly sat down at the table. Wow, I didn't expect this, she said. Why didn't you tell me sooner? It was overwhelming, I admitted. I was scared about how you and Sarah would react. I didn't want to add more pressure. I can't believe your grandpa didn't mention it before, she said, shaking her head. This is huge, Claire. I know, I replied. It's exciting but also scary. I want to make Dad proud. I want to be responsible. After a long pause, Mom spoke softly. You are brave for sharing this, but it's also a lot for anyone to handle. Just remember, you're not alone in this. I know, Mom, I said, feeling grateful. But I also worry about how Sarah feels, especially after everything that happened. Sarah shifted her weight on her feet, her expression serious. I wasn't the best when you first told me, she said, her voice shaking slightly. I laughed. I didn't mean to hurt you, Claire. I was just surprised. I watched her closely, my heart softening. I know, but it made me feel like you didn't support me. I do support you now more than ever, she said quickly. We're family, and family means being there for each other. Exactly, I said, my eyes shining with emotion. It's about sticking together no matter what. This inheritance felt like a lot of love and faith from Grandpa. I want to honor that love. Mom reached over to squeeze my hand. Your grandfather would be proud of you for wanting to handle this with care. Being responsible with money is part of showing love, too. Sarah nodded, stepping closer. And I promise I'll be here to help every step of the way, just like family should. A weight began to lift off my shoulders. Thanks, both of you, I said, feeling grateful. I'm still scared, but it helps to know I'm not alone. Mom smiled gently. Fear is a part of life, especially when things change, but we'll figure it out as a family. Yes, we will, Sarah chimed in with a grin. Let's support each other through this journey, no matter what. Feeling a wave of warmth, I nodded. Together, we'll make it work. As we sat together, the love of my family wrapped around me like a comforting blanket. It was clear that while the road ahead would be challenging, we would face it as one. The true meaning of family began to settle in, not just in the highs, but in the struggles and the support too. I finally felt a little lighter, ready to take on whatever came next. If you found out you had a life-changing inheritance, how would you handle it? Would you feel excited or overwhelmed? I want to hear your thoughts. Share your stories in the comments below, and let's start a conversation about family, responsibility, and what really matters in life.